12 goals. In the next hour, you'll see the lot as we bring you Millwall against Charlton.
Campbell for Charlton. Crawford darting into a position, and so to his tees. Almost getting in.
Best.
Manchester United against Southampton.
Law coming to meet him. This is Law trying the back heel for Bobby Charlton.
Hennessy forward.
And Nottingham Forest against Leeds. And let me add that each game, I think, included a goal of quite classic proportions. We shall take a look at your letters. This week, something of particular interest to Crystal Palace and to West Ham supporters. Our studio guest is Ron Davis, that superb striker for Southampton and Wales. Let's make a start then at Millwall. Millwall made a bad start to the season with 2 defeats away from home, but they're a hard side and a good one, and they're always difficult to beat at the Den. And for this important derby game, at number 7, they have the former Spurs player, Derek Possee, back in the side. Possee missed the first 2 games of the season. Here he is with a thigh injury. Charlton, meanwhile, have the side that made such a strong run towards promotion last season, a side that I think always plays attractive football, and one which owes a great deal of its strength from the midfield understanding that exists between Alan Campbell, a 21-year-old Scot, here he is, and that experienced Welshman, Graham Moore. Now, a crowd of 20,000 waiting in South London for Mr. Walters of Bridgwater to start the game.
So Millwall, all in white, defending the goal to our right, kick-off in a match that has a lot of meaning in South London. 2 sides who for a long time were pressing towards promotion to the First Division last season. Alas, towards the end, Millwall faded away and finished 10th, but Charlton finished 3rd in the Second Division last season. And a lot of feeling whenever these 2 sides meet. Harry Cripps. Harry Boy, such a favourite here at the Den, looking for Possee. Kinsey covering for Charlton, the number 3. Brian Kinsey there. Signed professional 13 years ago for Charlton. And now a throw to Millwall. Former England player, made his name with Ipswich, Ray Crawford. Gregory finding Curtis. Gregory again, this time finding Campbell. A good break here by Campbell for Charlton. Crawford darting into a position, and so to his tees. Almost getting in. A fumble there by King in the Millwall goal. An example of the heading ability of Tees. There he is. And King, who really had a magnificent game for Millwall up at Middlesbrough. Very uncharacteristic of him to fumble that one. Curtis again, who was in doubt almost up to the kick-off with a back injury. Bob Curtis. He's got Graham Moore outside him. Here's Moore. Nice little dummy there by Graham Moore. Trying to Crawford. Good save! And a hook shot on the turn by this man, Ray Crawford. Very little space or time to get it in. And went there, holding dear back, and quite rightly, Mr. Walters, the referee from Bridgwater, giving a free kick to Millwall. Burnett to take the kick for Millwall. He's got 4 men to aim for, Deer, Possee, Weller and Bolland, all in that penalty area, but 6 Charlton men back to guard them. There goes Possee. Looking to flick that one back, and it's a corner to Millwall. Kitchener making a move forward. There you see number 5 in the middle of the picture, Barry Kitchener, going towards that Charlton 6-yard box. Inside the 6-yard box, in fact. A low one. Away it goes from Kinsey. And another one. Gregory right back there, number 7. Tense moments this in the Charlton goal mouth. Here comes another low one. Coming right out to Deer again, and another corner. Now I wonder if he'll vary it this time. He's really had 2 corners and he's tried 2 low ones and really hasn't made very much progress with them, Brian Deer. Perhaps he'll float this one. Kitchener still waiting in that 6-yard area. Still a low one. And he almost got another corner out of it, but Gregory managed to save it. Free kick given against Charlton, and T's not very happy with the treatment he was getting from Burnett. A free kick, in fact. Campbell having taken it. Gregory for Charlton. Curtis free on the right. Moore. Did well there, Moore, taking it away from Weller, finding a bit of space for himself. Free kick to Charlton. Moore again. Campbell right up there. Weller to Cripps. Oh, an acrobatic piece of work there by Curtis, but Possee still there. Number 7, Possee. Still going on, brought down, and it's a penalty. Brought down by Curtis. Possee brought down, and he looks happy with the result. And it's a penalty then to Millwall. And there's our shot from the other end of the field. Keith Weller, number 10, to do the captain's job for Millwall. He scored both Millwall goals so far this season, but neither of them come from penalties. Weller, the kicker. And it's there! Millwall ahead then. 19 minutes gone. Keith Weller, the scorer from the penalty. So Millwall ahead through Weller. Probably just a little bit against the run of the play, because certainly the more enterprising side in the first quarter of an hour or so was Charlton Athletic. But now they've work to do, and they've got a free kick. Kinsey to take it. Tees will go for this one. Kitchener getting just a couple of inches above him. And Millwall, of course, who've had a bad start to the season with 2 defeats. 4-1 against Bolton, 3-1 against Middlesbrough. Looking for a bit of sustenance here, you can be sure. Curtis now with the throw. It looks as though it might be a long one too. Well, not as long as some, but Cripps is there. Curtis again, to fire one in. Beautiful work by King. That really was a fine shot from the sharpest of angles by Curtis, but my goodness, what a magnificent save that was by Brian King, showing the sort of form that he showed up at Ayresome Park in midweek. Although Millwall lost then, King apparently had a blinder there. Beautiful save. Corner then to Charlton. Graham Moore, number 10, right up in that 6-yard box you saw. Crawford lurking, so to his tees. Went has come up to the edge of the box as well. Doing the safe thing. Campbell back again. In goes Tees. Good work again by King. So now it's Bolland to Deer. Peacock, oh, a very, very bad tackle there by Bolland. A very careless tackle indeed by the number 8, Bolland, on the Charlton player. And he's getting his name put in the book. Bolland having his name in the referee's book. And really that was a bad tackle, but a sporting gesture in the end. So it's a free kick to Charlton. In goes Tees, and again King holding it. Curtis. Oh, a bad slip there by Curtis. Covered by Went. Now Tees. Crawford in the middle, but the referee's whistle has gone. I think he's given handball against Matt Tees. And it's Burnett to take it again. Curtis standing a good foot higher than Possee, getting it. Burnett again. That was a very cool piece of play by Burnett, tricking Tees and almost getting Possee unmarked, but the linesman's flag is up. I must say he had escaped from the Charlton defence and he was just a yard or so offside. Otherwise that could have been very, very dangerous indeed for the men in red. Crawford flicking that on. Tees having his jersey tugged by Kitchener and now doing a bit of it himself. Kinsey to Peacock. Campbell. Reeves. Another chance for Kinsey. Tees going for this one, nodding it on, not away by any means there. A chance there for number 8, Crawford. And King is hurt. Well, King is all right again. Gregory with the corner. And Possee not standing far enough off. And all goes through by Crawford. So King obviously showing no ill effects. Graham Moore finding Gregory. Curtis making a good run, and he should have plenty of chance to get this across. He does, but too close to King. That really needed pulling back a bit, either to Crawford or Tees, who were waiting. Weller and Possee away. A misunderstanding here in the Charlton defence. Deere is up with him. Wright out of his goal. He should have stayed back. Possee could only have chipped that a little higher. He won't have been very happy with that, because Wright, I would have thought, was incorrect coming quite so far out of his goal. If he could have only chipped it over Wright. Deere was waiting there virtually with an empty goal. So the whistle then has gone for half-time, with Millwall going in at half-time, a goal ahead with this penalty after 90 minutes by number 10 in white, Keith Weller. But of course the man who's been a hero for Millwall in the first half is their goalkeeper, Brian King. Still to come in this match, highlights of Manchester United against Southampton and Nottingham Forest against Leeds United. But the half-time score here at the Den is Millwall 1, Charlton Athletic 0. We should be back in just a couple of minutes. So that's the situation then. Millwall a goal up as Charlton kick off in the second half here at the Den. Graham Moore for Charlton, the skipper. And I think really it's with he and Alan Campbell that so many of Charlton's hopes rest in midfield. Tees going up for this one. It seems that Campbell and Moore lost a little bit of their grip that they showed in the first quarter of an hour of the game towards half-time. If they can reassert themselves, then Charlton surely must have chances. But now it's Gregory with the corner then for Charlton Athletic. Paul Went's gone right up there. What a bad one, though. Deere playing it off very nicely to Possee. Now, has he got the legs of Kinsey? He has indeed. Oh, no. Again, you get the experienced professional. A beautifully timed interception here by Brian Kinsey for Charlton. giving away a corner, but it could have been a lot more serious than that. Dear to take it. Weller standing at the near post for Millwall, perhaps to flick one on. Going past him though, Bolland getting up, but not sufficiently above it to enable him to head it down towards that Charlton goal. Gordon Bolland. Charlie Wright. Tees heading it down for Kinsey. Got Peacock outside him. Good piece of play there by Peacock. Crawford. And a good shot on the turn by Crawford. Oh, magnificent goal by Ray Crawford. What a beautiful goal. King just got his hands to it, but he could do no more than just turn it into the top corner. A magnificent goal of great quality by Ray Crawford. 1-1. There it is. Ray Crawford makes it 1-1 with just 2.5 minutes of the second half gone. And he looks pleased enough. So now it's Bolland to Possee. Millwall at once back on their heels. Possee turning it in for Brown very nicely though. And almost putting it into his own goal was Paul Went. That really was very close indeed. That honestly could have been no more than a foot wide of the post. And he obviously meant to play it a good deal wider than that. Paul Went. Corner then to Millwall. And someone's thrown a shoe onto the pitch. Weller with the throw. Bolland flicking that on well. Neal going in. Went away. Crawford. And now Curtis. Crawford bursting into the middle. Tees is waiting at the far side. Tees will go for this one, trying to get it on the volley. And a policeman at the far end, I don't know whether we can grab it at the far end, has now picked up that shoe. Went. What a dominant game Paul Went has had at number 5 for Charlton. Here's Burnett. Harassed by Tees all the way. That was a good piece of determined play by this number 9, Matt Tees. Kinsey for Charlton. Crawford calling for it in the middle. Coming towards Gregory, nodding it on. Gregory. Charlton very determined in this half, but understanding not quite matching it on that occasion there. Weller now for Millwall, playing very much a midfield role. Bolland, another midfield man. And Jack's making a burst, and this time it's Crawford coming back to mark him. Jack's going on, pulled down. And Mr. Walters has given a free kick, an indirect free kick, for that foul on George Jacks. The arm raised aloft indicating an indirect free kick. The Charlton wall has lined up. Weller to take it. Kitchener's gone right up into the ruck. And he won't be so far from this one. Wright punching away. In goes Brown. Straight into the arms of Wright. That was a bit of luck. And Wright using his elbows there on Kitchener. I don't think Mr. Walters could have seen it. And the ball gone into touch on the other side. Kitchener now on his feet. And a few things, paper cups being slung onto the pitch. And certainly there's no question in my mind that Charlie Wright used his elbows on Barry Kitchener. Whether Kitchener was harassing him just a little too much in that situation, I don't know. But now Wright is occupied in throwing the paper cups back. And there's a great surge of supporters, or at least one can really not really call them supporters, around our rostrum at the moment, who are fighting. I can see fighting all around me down beneath me here as the two sets of supporters are getting stuck into each other. And Mr. Walters coming across now to have a word with the linesman. And having had his word, he goes to Brian Deere, and still the paper cups are being flung onto the pitch. And it looks as though the Millwall substitute is coming on. Eamon Dunphy in the far side, you can see him there, has taken his tracksuit top off. Dunphy ready to come on by the look of it for Millwall. I'm not sure who will be going off. Neil. And now it's Graham Moore. Cripps to Deere. Played off for Possee, but Possee had little enough time. And now it's Peacock. Burnett challenged all the way by Crawford, but giving away a free kick. So it's Jackson. It looks as though Dunphy is coming on now. They're trying to attract the attention of the referee to make the substitution. Possee for Millwall. Oh! Curtis having a rapid change of mind, although he wasn't under any great pressure. He was going to press that ball back to Wright, and then he gave away the corner. On comes Dunphy, and off goes Billy Neal, number 11. So Eamon Dunphy, Republic of Ireland international, and a very talented ball player indeed, is on for Millwall. Sort of player whose tricks are always popular with the crowd, and there he is in that penalty area now to look for this corner from Weller. Bolland getting up well. Burnett. Brown. Dunphy's first touch of the ball, and not a bad one either, straight to Brown. Two men in the middle, oh, and he had to pull that one back for Possee or for Deere. Gregory, again with as much room as he wants down the right. Tees outside him. Played to Tees. Tees getting another chance, and a corner off Kitchener. Peacock certainly taking his time to get out there to take it. It's hot, but I've no doubt with so little time left that Charlton are very happy to take away a point from the Den. Moore just unable to get to that one. Cripps not really getting it away. Campbell looking to place it back again. Crawford, and he's still onside, and he's very, very slow to try and get past King. That really was a heaven-sent chance for Ray Crawford. I don't think he could have believed his luck that the whistle hadn't gone. He certainly looked as though he may have been offside. Tees. And now Reeves for Charlton. play there by Peacock. Tees going in. Kitchener again dominant there. Deep in defence. Dunphy. Good control, taking that one on his toe. Burnett. Jacks. Finding Possee. Trying his luck inside again. Bolland a little slow to move to that one to really challenge Graham Moore. Kinsey is making that break down the right. Gregory with the ball at the moment. Crawford now. Watched by Burnett, a corner. And with so little time left now, this really must be possibly the last chance for Charlton. Gregory with the corner. Curtis, a dummy to Graham Moore. Oh, well over. Well, he seems happy enough with the point. And there, in fact, goes the final whistle, with Ray Crawford having equalised in the second half with that magnificent goal for Charlton, with Keith Weller, number 10, having put Millwall ahead from the penalty in the first half. So the final score here is Millwall 1, Charlton 1.